Scott said he was bringing a bottle tonight, right?
Oh, he did?
I think he said he owed us a good bottle.
For canceling at the last moment, so he said he would bring a bottle to make up for it.
Just brings a bottle of Worcestershire sauce.
But it's good Worcestershire sauce.
He's like, this is top of the line Worcestershire. Yeah. And we just look at him and we're like... It's Blood Feud with a sheep. Stephen, thank you very much for bringing this wonderful bottle of Auchentoshan single malt Scotch whiskey, 3 wood.
Oh, that's my favorite golf club.
Oh.
Oh, did you guys want some?
You are very funny. That's
And I have more whiskey and more Scotch if you guys want some. Oh yes, lovely.
Wait.
I don't remember the 3 wood being this dark.
It's a new a new blend.
Oh.
This is part of their most recent I think in the last couple of years.
I went to pour and I stopped and I looked at Steven and he just went, it's fine.
There's only about 2 fingers left in that bottle, which are guaranteed going in Scott's glass. So I will go get the far cheaper whiskey.
I think we can do one finger, one
give Steven,
finger.
who brought the nice bottle, a far cheaper whiskey.
No. You're going to drink this with us, and then we'll move on to the cheaper. You've had, but you're not with us.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Rod, and I play Alacordia, a human rogue.
My name's Clark, and I play the half-elf cleric Losian.
Hi, everyone. I'm Steven, and I play the halfling monk Shun.
Hello, brave adventurers. It's me, Scott, your gamekeeper, and I play all the NPCs. Does anybody remember what happened?
There's a town to the west of here, about a couple days' ride, that has had a bit of a, let's call it a law enforcement problem. And now some weird stuff's been going on in the town, and it is disrupting my plans. And I would like it resolved. And since you work for me now, you get to do it.
Now, barkeep, what's your name?
Gibraltar.
Yeah, Shun is currently hiding in Reginald's store in a crate, and they've just been talking forever.
Oh, Reginald, you shouldn't talk out loud to yourself. It's so incriminating.
I have been exploring different parts of the store. I haven't really found anything.
So you're gonna skirt off to the back office then, where you see it's a blank letter, and basically it's just you fill a name in, and he's inviting merchants to come to the village to encourage trade. Sincerely, Reginald Edward Herring.
I hate you.
A man runs up to you, fresh blood coming down his neck, as John Cryer falls on the ground, blood casting out. His throat was slit with what appears to be some sort of shorter, hooked, almost curved knife. People unloading crates would also have these.
Mr. Butcher, who else in town would have a knife or access to a knife like this?
Me, every other employee of this merchant. The mayor has tools for every trade.
Very well. I know who did it. Alderman Dan, you are in charge of a murderous, conspiratorial, cover-up town. You tried to pin it on us all, but I saw through your ruse.
You're wrong, though. We never had any intention of framing you for murder. We intended to murder you. And a bunch of them open up their coats and they've got like the symbol of Loth. Normally we only murder the people that we bring to town. I dupe Reginald into bringing merchants in. Of course, from time to time the law comes sniffing around, so we had to hire the sheriff to cover our tracks and make it look like he was guilty. But then you 3 came along and chef's kiss. Shireve, arrest these men for murder. And the sheriff goes, you know what? I think I'm gonna, and he points at Loge and he goes, I'm gonna follow that one's lead. He seems to know what's going on.
How far would we be from the shop? And did the shop potentially have any fireworks in it?
35 feet and no. The alderman goes, a shame, a shame, a shame.
And he
Yeah.
touched, and I saw him touch Shun.
Get him. And everyone, like 40 people pull out crossbows. They all have hawkbill knives and they all have crossbows and they just point them at you. Why don't you roll for initiative?
Hey, wait. I got one question for the alderman real quick. And I know that this isn't really how combat works, but like,
You could see the face I was making, yes.
yes. But like,
It's like you shoot someone and they go, wait.
What's more like, wait, it's like a bolt pierces the ground. All right, that one is a freebie. Now hold up.
and Shun just kind of like walks over towards the alderman, just the alderman. He's like, hey, I just like want one thing. And like,
He would not let you walk close
No,
to
no,
him in
just
this situation.
not like
let's
right
be
up
very
to
clear.
him, not right up to him, like
You-
just close enough that like,
You approach
not
in any way,
everyone
shape, or
hears.
form, you're getting a vibe he's going to shoot you.
how far?
I want to be very clear.
Okay.
Conversation's free action on your turn. You can ask all the questions you want, just on your turn. Let's play it a little loose by ear, see how the first bits go, because there's a couple different things you could possibly do. Losian, you're first. You react faster than anyone else because you've been standing there and you've been calling the town out, and then you hear Alacordia starting to do stuff, and you go, "Oh no!" All around you, you can see the market that you just came from is right nearby. You remember it has reinforced Orcs and Wells doors. You see at least 40 people with crossbows from various vantage points, but they've all kind of gathered in front of you. So you know the alleyways behind you are clear. There are several crates kind of stacked up that you could Wild West style dive behind some, get into some cover. Or you could, it's a full 30 feet to run right up to the alderman who's standing in front of you with a crossbow.
Yeah, Losian's not that courageous yet. He will take cover behind the crates. So he looks back over his shoulders and goes, "Yeah!" and turns and runs and dives behind. He's a man of the cloth, by no means a courageous man. And he's not good at this type of conflict. Hides behind, not hide. This is not the hide action, but for flavor, he's hiding behind the crates, and he's going to cast on himself, false life. He's going to go, "Oh, remember me as you remember the dead, please."
What does false life do?
That gives me 5 bonus HP.
Ah,
So if this gets nasty, that could be good to have.
nice.
Hashtag get nasty.
I'm sorry, what?
I said hashtag get nasty.
Get nasty?
Get nasty.
Sorry, 5 temp HP. And I go, what's my action? I don't have any bonus action spells. I go, take cover, we're not prepared, we're outnumbered. But don't let the alderman escape. A guilty man. Perhaps knows more than what he's saying.
So Shun sees Losian take a dive behind him. And he books it towards the alderman.
Good.
And now, Scott, I can do an attack and then as a bonus action attack. Would you allow my bonus action to be throw a smoke bomb on the ground?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone can be an intelligence check.
6.
12.
13.
Losian
14 actually.
and Alacordia. There's like 42 people with crossbows. You're level 1 adventurers. You have a feeling you cannot just like stand in the middle of town square and blast them. You're probably going to have to run. You have a feeling you're going to have to run, find a place maybe to camp down and like take them out guerrilla style or try to get out of the city or do something. You don't think this is a I shoot, I take a shot, I shoot, I take a shot type of situation. Shouldn't though, you don't.
I'll show you. I take a shot.
Oh, liquor.
From behind, this has got like
I'm
classic.
pulling your, I'm
Not
pulling your
another
dick.
drink.
This has got classic old west shootout kind of vibes where you're the sheriff who's coming to town and you're taking on way too many people. Shun does not feel that. Shun has the confidence of a teenage boy. As he runs up to the alderman, it is your turn.
Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. And Shun runs up and he punches the alderman and then throws a smoke bomb.
Roll for punch.
Can I ask you if it hits before I decide to use an inspiration point? I can't remember if that's a thing or not.
I have allowed you in the past when you have missed to redo it with inspiration points.
Okay. How's a 13?
Oh, it's a miss.
That's what I thought. That was a 14.
You run up to punch this guy in the face, but you're like a lot shorter. So as you jump up, he takes a step back and you punch through the air. And he goes, "Not the first halfling I've murdered. Try harder."
And I'll use my bonus action, throw the smoke bomb on the ground. And I say, "What do you know about..." I can't even figure out how to describe him.
Have you ever had a that you could
Yeah.
I hate that it's fitting.
That was pretty good. That was good. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Thank you for the inspiration die. I appreciate it.
I go, "What do you know about the shadowy man who's after magical artifacts?"
He's after Al.
After Al.
Like a fog of cloud kind of filling the town square as you hear
Daniel?
so many
Oh, I'm getting the
hand
fuck outta here
crossbows
next
go.
round.
And he says, "My boy, the fuck are you talking about?" And in the background, from somewhere, you hear the sheriff.
Huh? How do you know about that?
What do you use your movement for?
How far were we from him to start?
I said 30 feet.
30 feet? Well, that is my movement. And
Okay.
I've used my action and bonus
So
action.
you throw the smoke bomb down and stay there in the middle of the town square. I love
Well,
that.
I mean, like, yeah,
It's no, it's like you're
Yep.
committed to getting an answer. That's good role play.
Yep.
Throws down the smoke bomb and everyone's like, "Where'd he go? Where'd he?" Oh, he hasn't moved.
Now, we have established a round of combat is 6 seconds. It's not that
You
unfair
haven't-
to
you
say you've
haven't-
run up. Like,
You haven't done anything wrong. I just like that
It's
you
good.
are playing
We're
an impulsive teen who made an impulsive. It's well done.
We're not saying it's dumb.
No one's.
oh, it's
fun.
dumb.
It's
It's
funny.
dumb. I'm
It's-
going to be so sad if Shun dies
It's
here.
character appropriate, is what it is. And
Well,
like the
I got
fog
you.
cloud has not dissipated. You're
No, trust me.
Yeah,
I have
concealed.
a great cantrip.
So everyone has
That's why I'm hoping
disadvantage.
people don't
Alacordia.
shoot into it knowing the alderman's there.
Yeah, that's a safe bet to make. It's good roleplay, like we said. Alacordia.
Well, since she saw also 40 crossbows start coming out, she's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. So what is it? There's like a building or something like that with with the orcs and well reinforced doors. What kind of building is it? Like a 2-story building?
It's the butcher, isn't it?
The market that you're referring to is the one on that top right corner, the big building.
This one?
There's just a merchant's stall that you could jump behind and give yourself 3/4 cover. Or you know that there is the hotel that you stay at is just, if you follow the map east, it's that black and white building, kind of laid out on a grid square. It'd be your east too. Yeah, that's the hotel you've been staying at.
she's going to jump into the market, like the supermarché.
Behind the stalls there.
Yeah, and then use bonus action to hide, but stay her turn.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Lotion cries out, "Now is not the time to shop."
Oh, that's a nat 1.
You have 3/4 cover.
Fuck.
You run and jump behind. You
You jump in front of it.
you land on like some dog toys.
They're hiding behind like a chain link fence. No one can see me.
But yeah, she stays her turn. And ready's an action, I guess.
With the cloud of smoke, you can tell that the townsfolk are not just outright firing crossbow bolts, but you can hear them kind of taking up various positions all throughout the town, and you feel like this might be your best chance to get out of here, regroup, and plan something else. You hear. And a rolling pin. And then
Players,
yes,
come out and play.
one of them's got 3 bottles on his fingers.
Oh, you've got one.
But they're bottles of cooking brandy because we've got to keep it thematic. And you hear several celebrity chefs going, "You've messed with the wrong party." And the sounds of metal armor. As 4 chefs in shining, illustrious armor the Iron Chefs have entered the fight.
Is Lojan's turn now?
Yeah, Lotion, give me an insight check.
13.
You're going to have to find some sort of ranged weapons or some sort of way to fight them at a distance or run. There's stuff going on all around. There's a fog cloud coming up. You know that there is a couple buildings throughout town that would have some good stuff in it to help you.
Okay. Lojan racks his brain and his eyes are darting left to right. And he goes, if I wanted weapons, I'd probably go to the Shire Reeves, the evidence room.
Beside you here. Oh, yeah, that's a good call for sure.
What have you got in the evidence room, Shire Reeve?
Oh, just like every confiscated weapon we've ever taken.
Yes!
What homage to Hot Fuzz does not have the weapons room?
Is it 999 to get in?
Well, we're in North America, so it's 911.
911. So that's, I'm assuming, my free action, talking to him, right?
The constabulary, as it were, is located up on the hill near the culinary school. It's the building that looks like a tent.
Okay. Gotcha. So we got to get to the culinary school. Oh, I see. To get to the evidence room. Okay. All right. Shire Reeve.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm peeking over the crates. Are any of the cast iron chefs within 30 feet, or are they all too far away?
You hear them, but they sound like they're 50 feet away.
Okay.
Sounds like they're on the other side of the square, so closer to Shun than to you.
Do I have a line of sight of any of them?
No one has line of sight to anyone. No, there's a giant smoke bomb.
Oh, right. Smoke bomb. Thank you. I go, all right, now's our chance, Shire Reeve. Alacordia, Shun, if you can hear me, run this away. Shire Reeve, go!
He takes off bolting in a direction that you can follow. You feel this. I mean, you're empathetic, you're telepathic, so at the very least, even if you didn't hear it, you're like, oh shit, they're going to the constabulary.
You had a really dumb, good idea.
Well, it's your turn.
So my idea was running into the horse stables and trying to release as many horses as possible. And just
Those are our
let them
horses.
stampede through town. But they're not just our horses. There's other horses in there, I believe.
The small building right next to the market that I pointed out is the stables.
Yeah.
Quite close to you,
Very
actually.
close, yeah.
You can get there in one turn.
Exactly. That was my whole thought.
Sure.
How many horses were in there? I haven't been in there, I guess.
I believe I said 8. I didn't write that down. It didn't seem important at the time. Let's say 8.
Okay.
If there were more, they're meat now.
Would you say I'm engaged with the alderman, or there's a smoke bomb, he can't see me? Because I'm at his
Neither of you
knees.
has done direct combat essentially with each other. You tried to punch him, but
He stepped back.
canonically said he
Yeah.
stepped back as the smoke bomb went off. So let's say there's distance between the two of you and
Okay.
you don't get hurt. Because he didn't take an attack either, and it seems fair.
Um,
And if that's not how combat works, too bad. This is pretty fast and loose. We're doing a thing here.
I will spend a key point, and I would like... Fuck it, we're just going to dash. We're
Okay.
going to go for the dash.
You dash to the stables. You burst in. There's 8 horses. Like, "Nrrr,
like-
oats."
I would just... Are they, tied in, tied up at all, or, just in stalls?
Just installs.
Could you use an action to, or, do you want me to roll, a check on how many I could open?
So, you want to reinstall them?
Let's go for athletics. See how many you could get to. You're just kicking them open. They're not very securely sealed.
Not in that, but 20.
Okay, so they're just held by a piece of rope that goes over from the door to the thing. It's quick, simple, easy, but horses can't figure it out because they're dumb. So you run around and you undo all 8, and the horses are like freaking out a little bit.
And yeah, I just do my best to kind of rile them up and get them to run out and stampede.
Give me an animal handling check. See how well you do with that.
Just runs up behind one. Smack.
Please, you need to get out of here.
And the scene is like the outside of the barn. It's like, shouldn't just gets booted out.
21.
You start slapping ass. And 8 horses burst out into a cloud that they can't see anything from. And we'll see how that resolves next turn. Helicordia.
I dashed. I had 70 feet of movement. Would you say my movement was all spent running around inside? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
Helicordia. You hear...
What the hell is going on? So yeah, so she's behind these, I guess these stalls, right?
Yeah, the market stalls. Just like waist high.
And there's no one else behind there?
Not that you see with how you did.
Is there the door leading into like the market?
It's just like
What?
a bazaar almost.
I mean,
like it's
no,
tents.
I mean this thing they hear like.
Oh, that across the way there. You went for there and not for the tents?
Yeah.
Oh, you went
sorry.
for the market? Okay, yeah, you're just inside the market.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was like,
Sorry, it's unfortunate. On the map, there's a bunch of market stalls.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I
You
guess
ran
that would
into
be
a
easy.
store that you think seems empty?
Okay. She's gonna go up to. She's gonna try to find the second floor.
I believe that's the one above the first floor.
That's correct. I want to get to not on the first floor, but the one above the first floor, which also could be considered the second floor, or in the case,
Goes to the basement by accident.
well, no, it could be you could be on the ground floor and then you can go to the first floor.
True.
The third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth, and so on are also above the first floor as well.
That's also very true.
I'm going to say...
Are there any skyscrapers in this town?
you got in there with a 1. There's no immediately obvious stairs to go up because that would be in kind of a staff area. The second floor is mostly administrative. But you do see a bunch of crates that are stacked up with the umlaut N. You could probably climb those.
Will that lead me up to like a window? Something
Yeah.
gives me a vantage point?
Like, you could probably jump over to the balcony that is the second floor vantage point from that point.
That is what I'd like to do then.
But we'll make it a check instead of you just running upstairs. 1, because it's more interesting. 2, because there's stairs at every supermarket I've ever gone to, and I've never found them. And 3, because the boxes belong to Pietro Nagirde. And as you climb them, you hear, I believe in you.
Hello. And
thought you were
helping
gonna say
He's hiding in a box.
and helping hands push you up by your buttocks.
as you climb, the speakeasy on one of the boxes opens, and his eyes are looking out like, I'm your friend.
I thought you were going to say you
always be her.
hear desperate cries from within. Be like, help, I've been in this box for 3 weeks. They mailed me to Pietro Nagard. They help me.
Oh my God, who are you? We're part of his Swedish swim team.
Thus enters the Wayfarer.
This is who the
Wait.
Öruv from Sweden.
Okay, so what am I rolling for this?
The Wayfarer. puzzle in
Climbing
Waycombe.
is
Athletics.
athletics.
Unless you should.
I got a -1.
I don't know if like a rogue could consider
Oh, I'm gonna-
acrobatic or no. No.
I'm gonna,
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
a class
burn this
thing for
one.
you guys.
I'm gonna burn this one. I gotta get it better than a 4. 6. Fuck.
You start climbing the boxes, and the stack kind of like topples over and crashes, and it creates partial cover for you all around the store and difficult terrain to enter the store. But you've lost access to the second floor unless you make a much, much better investigation check. Several of the crates break open, and a bunch of loose crabs start kind of scuttling about.
Crap.
And like debris everywhere. So like hiding would be pretty easy because it's like chaos. A couple of the shelves fall over. The fog is starting to dissipate. And in spots where it's starting to clear up, as they start firing hand crossbows, and you can tell they all have like boxes of bolts around their waists, like they came prepared for a fight. You hear the alderman being like,
That's so frustrating. Why won't you let me sacrifice you to my dark god? In peace. It just seems like you're not... I tried to be a good host, and here you are, not letting me murder you and use your blood for a ritual. And quite frankly, Lojan, if you can hear me out there, it's rude.
Lucian goes,
Which brings us back to Lojan. Lojan, arrows have started to fly, and you can hear, like, glass breaking around you. There's definitely, like, someone's pot that they have, like, a plant growing out of that, like, gets a bolt right in front of you as you're running down the alley.
and so I'm following
One
the
old
sheriff.
man is walking down the street, and he takes an arrow and is like, oh!
As I run past him, I cast Spare the Dying as a bonus action. It is ranged for me, and it's not touched for me, and I bring him back from death throes.
The bolt pops out of his chest. Thank you, Sonny.
As another bolt,
Another bolt right at his brain.
You only get one, and I just
See several.
as I'm so how far are we from the evidence room?
Let's say 2 actions of your comrades.
Okay, then I would like to. How fast is he running? Is he dashing or just running?
He's doing his best to dash.
Then I will dash to keep up with him.
dash it all.
So we'll say then you'll get there in 1 turn instead of
Say-
2.
Run!
He's darting it down the aisles.
I'm dashing after him, and that was my bonus action to bring that guy back from the dead.
That's a good turn. I like that.
I will also dash.
Okay, you hear horses bursting out into the town square, and you hear people shouting, and the sounds of like some horses getting shot, and the sounds of boxes smashing, and like you can tell some people got taken out by the horses.
That's good.
Beyond that, you can't see very much, so it just sounds like utter chaos in the town.
Yeah, I'm gonna just dash to where they were headed.
You're pretty
That's
far away.
70
We're gonna
feet
call it-
movement.
We're gonna call it 2 turns for you.
Okay,
Because you're just further away. So even if you get the extra 5, we'll flatten
That's
it out.
fair.
For math purposes. Alacordia.
I guess she's like, kind of lying in the wreckage of these boxes. It's like, oh, okay. Did she get like an inkling of like some telepathy from Shunenboat to go to the...
I assume she would have heard Lotion call, "Follow me."
Yeah, but she doesn't know where he's going.
Ah.
So she's
I was
like,
trying not to be too obvious as to where we were going.
Which is smart.
Yeah, but sorry. I couldn't be too obvious, but also I couldn't say.
Here, you hearing
Bye.
your thoughts? Going to the constabulary. Gotta get to the constabulary. Why are we going to the constabulary? Huh. I guess we gotta get to the constabulary. You know where to go.
okay, so then she's going to run. She's going to pick herself up and then get out the back door of this place and then try to book it towards the constabulary.
Fantastic. Give me a perception check, please.
Okay, I will do exactly that. Man, what's with these horse shit rolls? 6.
Well, there's a bunch of horses running around.
Yeah, there's general chaos is what you hear. You have no idea what you're hearing. There's no way for Alacordia to know that horses are crushing crates and taking people out and that they're getting shot with crossbows. All you hear is a man softly crying in the office below you as he says, "My sketching," as you burst out the window. Unless you say otherwise, I'm just going to resolve a couple of townsfolk actions.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just have you all arrive at the constabulary unless I roll real bad for you.
That's fair.
Do it.
Get fucked.
And Lotion dies.
Clark, I rolled a 1 for you. Oh,
Oh no.
oh no. It looks like, let me check my notes here.
You trip and fall face
You
first
die
and horse
again.
shit.
You get dysentery? That's weird.
Not again.
Oh.
Not this all over again.
Yeah, it looks like you poop yourself and then you cry a little bit and some pee comes out.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
You can hear that the commotion is overtaking the town generally, and it's like growing in terms of where it's not centered anymore so much as the entire town's taken over. That tells you 2 things. 1, you no longer have to face 40 people at once. 2, you don't know exactly where they're all at. As you all make your way to the constabulary, Sheriff slams the door shut, puts a big bar in front of it. He looks at his 2 deputies and he goes, "Oh shit, it's cold brown. we've prepared for this. And they both pull out 2-hand crossbows. And they got a big crossbow across their backs. You make your way to the evidence area, and he opens the doors up, and there's just like all the smoke bombs. It just says confiscated from 6th grade children. It's a box of smoke bombs. There's several slings that you could use to do damage from afar. There's a bunch of bows. Any weapon you could think of.
There needs to be hundreds upon hundreds of crash zoom cuts as we're hands are like in close up, just grabbing things and slamming them into our pockets and across our backs, just over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Lotion's just loading up like the mini bar into his pocket. And you cut to this very wide flat shot, and I'm just in the kitchen with a blender going. And I dump a bunch more pina colada in.
And then back to people grabbing weapons.
Yeah.
And then there's one scene where you and the sheriff open a single door, and there's a barrel. And the barrel's like lightly rumbling. And he looks at you and he goes, there is the finest moonshine for 26 miles in any direction. That'll fuck you up beyond all disbelief. Or if that barrel is looked at incorrectly. And he just pantomimes an explosion with his hands.
Lotion's eyes kind of slowly go wide, and in his brain you hear. I'm under the barrel, turning the nozzle.
Wait a minute. Barrel of moonshine, you say? Are there any bags and stuff like that we could fill this stuff up with so we could whip these out and then
Pulls
light
out
them on?
1,000 dime bags.
Oh my!
So it doesn't need fire to explode. It just needs.
The barrel is like actively rumbling.
So it's like nitroglycerin. We're suddenly in Sorcerer. Remember Sorcerer?
Oh yeah.
Could we just fill up some bags and then start throwing these too, or light them up on fire and huck them?
That's up to Scott to come up with that mechanic. Sling. I think a sling.
I think slings.
Yeah.
I told you there were slings.
You
So
did
you
tell
got
us
tons
there
of
were
slings.
slings,
And dime bags.
What if we
They might have some regular
douse the
sized
smoke
bags in there.
smoke grenades, or smoke bombs in the moonshine, and then throw those?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
What
Yeah,
if
you
we
could do that.
douse the smoke bombs in the moonshine, and then we throw them?
I'll allow it.
Do we have any coffee mugs that we can put some of this stuff in, put a smoke bomb in it, and then whip it?
He opens a cupboard and
Molotov mugs of cum.
it says Tell Bos's best sheriff. And he has 26 mugs.
They're all pristine. Only one ever gets used.
I don't know that I've earned best. They buy this for me every day. Every single day.
I love
But
it.
both of them do. That's why I have 26. I broke 2 of them.
How many smoke bombs do we have?
It's like a whole box.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite.
So I don't know. Are these things like the size of like big marbles or something?
Like a baseball.
Yeah.
Well, then we put the mugs under the barrels, open it up, fill it up with a little bit of moonshine, close it, put a smoke bomb on top, and then that's the grenade.
Oh, I mean, yeah, because the mug will act as shrapnel. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just put the
Like-
smoke bomb on top, and, then you whip the two together.
All right.
Kind of whip the, wedge the ball into the mug.
Or the Republic.
Goodbye to our one viewer in Britain.
Or one Irish. Unless he's with the IRA.
Oh, yeah. If he's on the Republican side.
Then he's like, woo!
Woo! And then behind you, the doors burst open. And a very stout-looking man comes in and he goes, "Hey, what's going on, Gibraltar? Give me a weapon." Gibraltar is just grabbing, like, spears and putting them on his back while you're saying that, like, "Yeah, but I know 2 things. Making a good stew." And then he throws a spear out the window and you hear someone in the back go, "And kill him."
Lotion looks out the window.
He was not at all one of the people involved in the fight.
Was it like a mother pushing her pram?
There's just a stroller rolling forwards now.
Rolling towards the edge of the cliff.
Motion casts spare the dying on her.
Just in time for her to watch the stroller fall off the edge of the cliff.
It's the railing at the bottom of the river, and pew, and the baby just launches. Kabunk.
And that's just a small picture of the kind of things I can do for this party.
All right, let's go fuck some shit up.
Lotion loads up his crossbow with a ton of bolts, and he's like really struggling to like get the bolt back. I'm not very good with the crossbow, but I have one, and I put it on my back.
Sheriff walks up to you, puts a toothpick in your mouth,
Like,
and then a pair of Oakleys on there.
Sergeant Angel.
Yeah. Sal is short for Celestial.
His last name, Sal.
Oh.
All right, boys. You're armed up. You've got some allies. What's the plan?
I mean, I think if we take out the leadership, everyone else will probably like give up, right?
That's very possible, yeah.
And he throws another spear and hits a different pram.
Spears. Like, how many prams are here? Like, there's like, it's like
There's a parade.
It's like duck hunt.
What is it?
It's not like
What do they call
pram.
it? It's the parade of mothers making its way through.
Oh shit, it's the 12 p.m. parade of mothers.
You feel like you're pretty well equipped, and no one's really coming up to the constabulary yet. So you feel like maybe you have the chance to make a move now.
Should we like get up on the roof?
Yes. Higher would be good.
We carry those
I guess
all
that's
up
a
onto the
mechanic.
roof.
How many of these things would we have?
5 apiece.
Oh, that's fine.
5 apiece. I will accept.
So we should have 5 of these homemade hand grenades.
and
And 50% of the most volatile barrel of moonshine you've ever seen in your
Part of me
entire life.
wants to put like clothing on this thing and load it up onto a carriage.
There are
Which makes
so
it
many
more
carriages.
volatile, actually, because it's half just fumes now.
Another carriage just rolls by, motherless.
then so many spears are sticking out of it.
Gibraltar's just like stretching his shoulder, like,
Well, I could do this all day.
We just
He's just-
murdering mother.
and he sneezes and he whips a spear. Another distance you hear.
What's the attack for a grenade and what's the damage for a grenade?
If you get hit with one, you die.
Is there like area effect or just?
Is it a
Single-
ranged attack or?
I think it just like slaps onto you and the alcohol soaks through your clothing and then you just like explode in a puff of smoke.
So these are like the explosions from like the Monty Python How Not to Be Seen.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
But are
Yeah.
these ranged attacks or are these area of effect?
Ranged attacks.
Okay. Dex?
If I'm allowing you to improvise these very wonderful weapons, so let's just call it a ranged attack dex modifier.
Okay.
You're not proficient in them.
Not proficient, so flat dex on top of your roll. Okay. Lotion picks up this explosive weapon, and he goes, and his hand kind of
Starts
trembles as
drinking it.
He pulls out the smoke bomb, takes a swig, he's like, smooth.
he's down to, I'm going to mark this down, he's down to 4.
Smooth. And your eyes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Who here's, you've played Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You've played, like, but like the new Doom, the 2016 and the Doom Eternal.
2016.
It's like when you get the rage sphere that like you just and you run around at double speed and just rip people in half. That's me when I
Lotion's pupils go so wide, and you immediately zoom in on the alderman, the tanner, the butcher, the baker, 4 of the chefs. And like you can see them
and
through
tear.
the cloud of smoke that's still dissipating. You just see this red outline of bodies. You can tell because of your drug-addled vision that they're milling about in the lower parts of the city. So you can choose what angle to attack from, how this is going to go down.
Can I get onto the roof with some of these things?
Yes.
And then hide.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say, everyone is kind of gathered in the town itself. The constabulary's a little bit far off, so you can't throw.
Oh,
far enough to
that's
reach
fine.
from here.
That's
the only
fine.
reason Lojan could see was because he took super cocaine. But yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
do it.
I will hide, and then we'll just. Yep. I'll just wait till people start coming up.
Choice of actions, Lojan, you're up first.
So what can I see right now when we step out?
Everyone is milling about in the town, and they've all kind of entered their little shops. So if you remember the tour of the town that I gave you earlier, and if not, I'll just name a bunch of towns. You kind of have to make your way through the city, taking out the major antagonists.
Okay. All right.
Which I think is a fun mechanic.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what my first action should be.
Bring him here.
Oh, so they won't come to us though.
I'm kind of in a loss here.
I mean, 4 horses from your thing come and gather up around you, and they just like start eating grass out front.
Perfect. Use half my movement to get on the horse.
That's
I slip a little bit because I'm a little bit drunk.
and you take one of your 4 and you give it to the horse, and his eyes go, "Whoa." And all the horse sees is the outline in red of every horse in a 200 mile radius.
And the horse darts you to where you need to go and then promptly keels over and dies.
And this horse, Equifax.
Equifax.
Or in this moment you bonded and you learned its true horse name.
I stir the horse. I pull my hat down so it's firm on my head, and I stir the horse forward, but not at a full gallop, but kind of like a very gentle trot right into the middle of town square.
Excellent.
Can I see people?
Yes.
I go, if you value your lives.
And then you fall off the horse. You slide off. Wham!
And then,
As you fall, the horse dies.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
The horse just shits everywhere.
If you value your...
if you value your lives. No, he would not threaten to kill all these people.
They are worshippers of a dark god that you make evil sacrifices to.
Because if you value your souls, leave this town, flee, and repent.
You make an intimidation check for me.
20.
2 of them see a horse shit more than they've ever seen in their entire life. And they go... They just hold their hand crossbows out. They drop them on the ground. They look at the mayor and they go,
Focus. I'm out.
I don't.
That was a lot of shit.
Sorry, I don't.
And then it looked right at me.
Loth, God is not here in this town. There's
a new god in town. Lojan.
consider 2 checked off the list, baby.
I still have my action and my bonus action.
Yeah, that was free.
Thank you. Is anyone within throwing range?
Most definitely.
I kick ass for the Lord, and then I lob a grenade. I lob a grenade at someone.
Roll a d20.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Kablamo!
You watch as their tunic both catches fire and turns to smoke simultaneously. And they're like,
And I go, have at thee! And then I stir my horse to
And
get into cover somewhere.
cover, yeah.
Yeah.
as bolts begin flying all around you. Shun.
I follow suit on a horse and skedaddle into town.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of looking specifically for, one of those leader kind of.
You come across the butcher. So you're leading your horse down to where all the conflict is, and then you come up behind people, and there's 5 of them, and they all have butcher's knives, and there's like 1 in each hand, and they're ready. And one guy with a really bloody apron is at the back, like, old.
Mr. Butcher.
Wait for it.
He turns around and goes, oh, hello. You
No,
have
that
announced
wasn't-
yourself.
That wasn't what I wanted.
Have you ever had a dream?
No, because you said Mr. Butcher before, and he was like, no, please, that was my father. I was hoping for that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Mr. Butcher was my father.
Oh, gotta call you Butch then. I've done this to every character, okay?
No.
I lob a grenade at him.
Whatever.
Oh, yikes.
See what you were going for, but the chemistry just didn't work out. Sorry.
A 14.
Yep.
Dope. Take that, butch.
Give me a dex save.
Oh. Like that.
Well, the chef's round this turn is just going to be a dex save for you. So instead of 4 attacks against you,
15.
you'll just take 3 damage as they start throwing like various, like,
Okay.
you know, like a meat hammer comes by, the meat tenderizer. We get to Alicordia.
Okay, well, she's just on the top of the roof, right?
Mhm.
Benjamin Cell is still here, right? Cell.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dream that
Back up.
I have before, yes. I woke up and I was a duck. But my feet weren't webbed and everyone else's was. So while they were swimming around, I was just treading water. And I feel like that's a metaphor, you know?
No, you idiot.
You ever feel like you're just treading water?
What do you know of the half drow?
Oh, shit. As you hear a spear go and hits a mother and a Bram rolls up.
Oh my god, not again. Oh, stop it.
I'm unstoppable.
We've broken Clark.
3. Dave says, 3 for 3, baby. Yeah, another Bram rolls off the cliff.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. You worked for him.
Yeah, that's right. He was hiring people. He was planning some sort of, I don't know, like siege on some sort of manor or something, he mentioned. They said it was a small private army. He wanted something inside.
When was this?
Oh, about a couple months back. Let me pull up the relevant page.
What's his name?
I don't, he never gave us his name. But he did say that something big was coming, and I could tell something big was going on. He had some sort of plan, and I didn't want to be part of it. He was preparing to take on a small army. He said something about raiding a collection. And I said, this sounds like a robbery. And so I left, and I took this job posting instead. But before that, I helped him. He was gathering up items for some sort of trip. Like he was getting ready to go somewhere, and he just needed a location or an item.
Like this trip, like where was it going to? What was it? Was it before? Tell me. I need to know this stuff.
He seemed obsessed with an item and where it came from, and he was going to go to where it came from. But then I left. I did not want to work for this man.
How did you become into his employ the first time?
He came and he reached out to me with a letter, and he knew something about my past, and he said that he would exploit that if I didn't work with him. That's why I burned all my bridges and I had to take this job sight unseen.
How does he know this stuff? As she's thinking in her head, how does he know this?
Anyway, he was looking for something, and hear the doors kick open and a sheriff run into the room.
He just started booking it.
Jumps over the edge of the cliff, grabs onto a falling pram, uses it as a parachute.
Dumps the baby out.
The bassinet's got like an umbrella on it, and he's like, yeah.
What the?
Has another spear. And you just see another pram rolling towards the cliff.
What's up?
Done nothing to stop any of them.
Gibraltar goes,
Like,
I'll protect you. You stay up there all the time you need, little
I'm
lady.
on. Oh my.
I got this.
I thought they were coming here. Oh, this is stupid. There's so many. Stop hitting the prams.
no, he's hitting the mothers.
Yeah, stop killing the mothers.
I've never hit a single pram in my life.
Wait, what?
Stop killing the mothers. He
Where are all
starts
these
hitting the
mothers
babies.
coming from?
They're piled so high.
Oh, you mothers.
Alicordia will go get Gibraltar, and then we're like,
Hold on, I need more spears.
no, stop. You're coming with me.
He loads 10 more spears.
Bring this giant barrel of the moonshine out into the courtyard with me, just in front here.
Hoofs it up over his head. He goes, this'll make it tough to kill the mothers. And he follows you out into the courtyard.
Okay, then we
He
get
sees
there,
a group of them and throws them.
and then we just, cover it. Like, hay and stuff like that, whatever's around to camouflage it of some type.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then we get back and then I'll go back up on the roof again.
Yep.
All right.
So you guys have set a trap.
Yes.
Perfect.
Generally, items are getting thrown at everyone. It's going to be, because it's 3/4 cover. There's like items pinging and ponging all around you. You haven't gotten hit with anything, but you can tell that they're like shooting at your general location.
Take cover, guys.
You took a meat
Yeah.
tenderizer on the shoulder before you got into cover.
Oh, my
You're
shoulder's
safe
real tender.
where you are. We'll go back to the top of
Gonna
the
hurt for a
initiative.
while. Thank you for the inspiration.
Explosion, you can see the fog is almost entirely gone now, and the alderman's like walking around in the center of town. What would you like to do, Lotion?
I can see him?
Uh-huh.
How far away is he?
Oh, 100 feet.
Lotion, does Dan see me and does Lotion see Dan? Do we make eye
I'd
contact?
like to imagine eye contact has happened and his eyes narrow.
Okay, Lotion's going to cast his last first level spell slot. So I'm going to make a ranged spell attack on Dan the Alderman. Nat 20.
What spell you casting?
I cast Guiding Bolt,
Oh.
which normally does 46, so now does 46 plus 6. And it gains the next attack on him. The next attack on him has advantage.
Oh,
Nice.
yes. Yes.
So you want me to roll for ouch?
Please.
So 46 plus 6. Endure, brother. 9, 10, 12 plus 6, 18 damage. And I go to him and I go, heads up.
He looks at you and he goes, fascist, as he gets shot. A bolt right through the stomach. He's like, oh. And he looks like if he wasn't, maybe the main part of this encounter, he would have immediately died from that level of damage he did. But he's very clearly goaded. He seems ready to follow.
And I grab the reins of my horse and I go, yeah!
Back to the constabulary.
Yes.
He says, who would have thought? Worshipping.
That's a big boy, isn't
I
it?
shit myself. Who would have thought worshipping a god of death would one day result in me dying? And he kind of looks around. And on his turn, he'll act.
Shun just leaves the 4 butchers that are throwing knives at him.
4 identical butchers.
Yeah. He's like, and he takes off and either looks for the next person or, if you were to come across.
It's the Baker. John Baker.
Hey there, Johnny. Fuck you. 10.
He looks at you and he says, boy, you're the yeast of my worries.
And I will use a bonus action to dash and back to the constabulary to regroup because it was, that didn't work. Shit.
Alacordia would stop it, Japa.
Are you a mother?
No.
Oh, hey. That is a disadvantage.
He
She's
takes
still
the
at-
spear out slowly.
No.
Are you pious?
No. Dude, do I look like some mother?
It was pious conspiracy, yes.
There's a pile going up at the bottom of the canyon too.
The last pram is like falling off the thing.
Except it doesn't have anywhere to fall because there's
too many
So many prams.
So it just drops like 2 feet, gets stuck.
The wheel's still spinning. Oh fuck. Alacordia's just
And that baby is the chosen one.
Alacordia's just she's like, oh, okay. She's gonna have a torch burning beside her, and then like a few arrows with some, wrapped up with pitch, ready so that she can like launch a flaming arrow at this volatile barrel sitting out front.
Perfect.
Yeah, she's gonna stay her turn, but still remain hidden.
Sheriff throws a couple of those improvised devices that you made and hightails it back to the constabulary, watching Lucian run away on his horse. T2
Robert Patrick.
And he kind of looks back, and his horse is still there, just like, I don't know why you didn't ride me. And he nods at it, and the horse just like does a very like noble nod back, and it runs into the fray. Let's make some rolls. Okay, random bolts are flying through the air. You're going to take 3 damage. Lojin, Shun, you're going to take 4 damage. You got hit by 2. Otherwise, for the most part, I mean, there's just like, it's just like everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the chefs has the hand beaters, but they've got knives taped to the end of them. You all make your way to the constabulary, and you can see like this gang of people that's much thinner than it was, and many of them have scorch marks on their clothes. Many of them have
Pile of dead mothers.
Are they mourning the death of their wives and their children?
I was gonna say, like, as they're approaching, you can see many of them have very sad looking eyes, and
There's one man who's like, Timothy, you made it, and then you just get shot.
Gibraltar kind of leans over to everyone who comes back, and he goes, "The trick is, there's only ever 26 grandchildren. I share them all." And he throws a javelin and spears a woman in a pram, rolls away, and it goes to the edge of the cliff, and then it stops because they're piled so high that it's higher than the cliff. And he goes, "At my count, that's more than 26. That means we got him. Mission accomplished."
He drops everything and leaves.
He pulls a string and a mission accomplished banner.
No. He pulls a string and a pro-life banner. No, sorry, pro-choice banner. Pro-choice banner drops down. That's what I meant.
I made the choice for them.
They should respect my ability to choose.
Oh my god.
Thank you to our last female listener for sticking around this long.
Oh my god.
You all make your way back to the constabulary, and this group of hoodlums coming towards you, with the alderman out in front as the leader, and he's like, "It didn't have to be this way, you know. We could have just sacrificed you to our god. Then that would have been the end of it, and we all would have had a good time.
We wouldn't have.
When I snuck into your room at night, Alacordia, it wasn't for bad things, it was for murder."
That's a bad thing.
Agree? As a spear flies by him, misses every villain, hits him up. Balder's like, "Oh, that was a close one, wasn't it?"
I almost missed.
Perfectly like weaves under people's arms. Fuck. They all gather around the fountain area out in front of the constabulary, and they go, "We're giving you one chance to come out so we can sacrifice you to our god." What do you say?
Just like a little to the left. I say like a little to the left, but like they're like, no, why the fuck would we do that? So they like shuffle right. So because they're like, why the fuck would we go closer where you want us to be? No. And I want them to go the other way.
A little reverse psychology. Reverse psychology.
Everyone make a perception check for me.
It's like, our left or your left? 10.
13.
23.
Oh, Alacordia, you would love it if you could find a way to get them to gather closer around that pile of hay that you've piled up around the barrel. Yeah. But for some reason, they're not that close together. They need something to encourage them to kind of pile into the center.
Reminder, next attack on Dan has advantage.
All right. Right. From Guiding Bolt.
The three of you all act before the mob, so we'll let your initiatives merge if you want to figure out how you want to get them a little closer to the barrel.
You want to try hurting them with the explosives?
No.
If we throw...
we would just try to... we just tell them to come in and get us.
Barrel's out in the courtyard, and it's not so much a matter of saying, "Come in and get us," as it is a matter of, there's one point in the courtyard obscured with hay, and everyone's kind of walking around the hay. And it's a big enough mob that if you can get them to for some reason, go closer towards the hay, you could probably get them all in one. But if you don't find some way to gather them together closer to the pile of hay that people would not walk on top of, then you're going to have a bunch left over and you need an alternate plan.
Sean, go out front and just tell him to kiss my ass or kiss your ass and just walk right out there.
Wait, no, Shun.
Yeah, okay.
Shun, go out there. And you need to do a really good job pretending like the most valuable treasures. No, I'm trying to think. Something's in the hay that we don't want them to get. What's something we don't want them to get their hands on?
The sigils of the dead merchants.
Lotion cry. No, whose turn is it?
Technically Lotion,
Bless you. It's Lotion's turn?
but all three of you act before the mob. So if you want to
Okay.
coordinate,
I'm going to down a health potion before I go out there, just by the
Here's
way.
what we do. Lotion
you have
looks at you guys and he goes,
I do.
we need to feign.
I can make
He's-
full health.
He's whispering. He goes, we need to feign an argument that we left all the evidence against them in that pile of hay.
I have some of that evidence on me. If I just go down there,
The sheriff looks at you with a surprising amount of clarity and goes, I understand. For the first time in the time that you've known him, it seems like he understands.
I pat him on the shoulder and I say, bless thee. Remember me as you remember the dead. And he gets guidance on him. Now find a way to get them to go into that hay bale.
Got it. And he opens the front doors, walks out front, and they've all got crossbows. It's like, hold up. And he like motions for you to close the doors behind him.
Which we do.
And he walks up and he stands right on the center of the hay bale. And he says, I'm just going to drag this inside real quick. And if y'all would just be real patient, that would be swell. And like an entire crowd are standing there with crossbows watching him, like trying to drag a barrel.
How close is the barrel? How close is everybody to the barrel?
I mean, they're like standing around as though they're not sure how they should react, whether they should try to stop him.
Is the alderman close to the barrel?
Medium.
Lotion cries out, quick, get the evidence back in here.
Persuasion check, please. Oh, no. Performance check.
Okay.
4. Unfortunately, they did not buy.
Damn.
So, are they in like a bit of a group? Ish? But like away from the
I'd
barrel.
say about half of them are in range of the barrel.
Shun sends a message to the Shire Reeve just saying, throw the barrel at the closest group to you.
Persuasion check.
That's where Gibraltar just swoops
16.
in, grabs it, and throws it at some other.
16.
The Shire Reeve goes, oh, fuck. And he shoulder hoofs it into the crowd.
Perfect. So with her flaming arrow, she's got...
Nat 20.
That is an at 20.
I see it.
He hoofs it, he throws it, and it lands right next to the alderman because it's a nat 20. As the arrow comes at it, and he looks at you and he goes, ah, fuck.
Bye.
Like, it just takes out like most of the mob. And you can see that the,
The
Shire
shockwave
Reeve
knocks the stroller on top of the pile just over the
it rolls, it starts to roll down the hill in your head.
We're just throwing chips at Steven like he's a stripper.
As the shockwave is approaching the sheriff, he goes, oh, fuck. And he throws his arms up. And everyone make a perception check.
13.
18.
11.
Lotion, you notice as he throws his arms up in front of him to shield himself from this blast that's coming right at him, the air almost shimmers and shifts into like a hard light shield in front of him. And he gets blasted back, smacks into the wall of the constabulary, gets knocked unconscious, falls. And the crowd kind of just like, oh shit. You want to go worship a different death god? Well, you know,
All right, let's go to the next town over and it's a new death god.
And they all head to the next closest town of Rosewood. As we...
Rosewood.
That's another U.S. town where a massacre occurred. As we...
Fun little history tidbit for ya.
The crowd dissipates as Gibraltar keeps whipping spears.
Gibraltar, stop!
I will not rest until every man, woman, and child in this town is dead.
No, stop. You're fine. You're good.
Lotion's like, as much as I disagree with him, I'm kind of glad he's on our side.
The next day, you and the Shireve and the 2 deputies kind of gathered in the town square, and all of the non-evil villages are like kind of milling about, and they're picking a new alderman, a new representation. And the Shireve's like, I don't know what to tell you. That was about the oddest Sun's day I've ever had in my entire life. Oh, sorry. And he checks his wrist sundial, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I was standing at the wrong angle." I honestly got to say that I feel like I've become a much more approachable peer to my coworkers. Like, I've learned some valuable life lessons in this process. We have locked Gibraltar up for war crimes.
That's probably for the best. I don't think he was going to
He seemed
stop.
so nice at the start.
He even came out of the constabulary and started stabbing mothers with his spear.
You see rocks getting thrown from the jailhouse and like perfectly pegging people as they're walking by, and just like a pram rolls down the middle of Main Street and goes, "It's not a perfect process, but we're working on it."
He's like worse. We find out he's basically the Night Stalker of this town. And we finally armed him and said, "Go at him."
He came out of retirement just because of you. I promised I'd never kill again. And he turns to a wall with 3,000 single notches in it. So tell me, travelers, why did you come into my town and help me murder half of it in the course of 2 days?
Look, we were blackmailed by that same dude.
He's looking for something. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, he wants it. Righteous bad.
With
Yeah.
the perception checks, where who was it that saw when when Cell put up his arms?
Lotion.
It was just Lotion.
Maybe you, I don't know, but definitely him, not me.
And Lotion would definitely approach Cell and say, "Now, I hope you don't mind me asking, but are you some sort of paladin, Mr.
No.
Cell?"
I don't think so.
Well, what was that back there? That was divine intervention, if I've ever seen it.
I'm going to be fully honest with you. Nothing like that's ever happened before.
Are you looking to join a party?
I think the only party I need to join is protecting this village. All right, I'm going to have to... Someone needs to stay and deal with...
Why did we give him a window?
Why are there spears in his room?
We didn't give him a
Why
window.
is there a pile of rocks in the corner of his room?
He punched
That's
his
from the new window.
He punched his way through, made a window, did not escape, put his own bars in, and has been using the stone that he punched out to welt people for 12 hours. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't eat. He just craves vengeance.
Crazy. Oh my god. Oh,
He is history's greatest monster. All I can tell you is it seemed to me like he was preparing to steal something, and it seemed really important to him. And of course, I being an upstanding member of the law, I left. And, aside from that, I know that he was gathering supplies for some sort of trip into the mountains. But beyond that, I don't know.
so this spot in the mountains, it's not too far from here. What do you know of this area?
I don't know terribly much. I mean, if you know of a place, I'd suggest heading to it. But I'm new to this part of town. I just know that this man was looking for a specific item, and whatever his plan is, it's tied into that. I also know that I have never created a shield of divine light before.
Can I do an insight check on that?
And like, how much dealing have you had with him? Like, did you ever like you said like he wanted you to steal something for him, and like, you're sure you didn't ever like come into contact with any items with him?
No.
The insight was a nat 20, which is a 25.
Okay. He looks at you, Shun, and he goes, no, I've never had any dealings with any magic items or relics or artifacts.
Oh, I never said magical.
Well, I mean, I'm making the very reasonable assumption based off what happened. Magic does exist, and we
No,
are
it
all
doesn't.
aware of it.
No.
Shun, you have your own beliefs, and you can stick to those. However, Lojin, with a more open mind, he's telling the truth. He's never had interaction with the divine or with relics or artifacts. The only time he's ever had interaction with anything like that has been when he interacted with the three of you.
Lojin looks at you, Shun, and he looks at Alicordi and goes, first the shield, and then this. Divine intervention. It's almost like...
It was like what was said in the curator's notes. People that found this artifact in this dig site, they came back changed, or different. Maybe this is something that we need to go check. We need to see what's going on here.
I think we need to find out who was on this dig and see how it changed them.
Maybe we can see if the camp is still there.
Agreed. Shun,
So, we're going to the Frisky Peaks then?
let's go squeeze them frisky peaks.
What do you mean, they're a mountain?
Oh, yes.
Yes. I wish you safe travels. You are welcome back to the town of Waycombe anytime. You have allies here, should you ever need assistance. However, at the moment,